Seniac, we built underground train tracks to connect the island. England and France. That was our idea. OilTown, we have a nature reserve. The USA, we have a nature reserves that are bigger than OilTown and other countries. OilTown, we have a mountain trip for our residents with a base camp on the mountain. Nepal, that's a hill. We have the real thing. Mount Everest. If this was real, there would be a revolution right now in OilTown because of the debt. Seniac connects island to USA. USA? Why do I hear boss music? Guys, welcome back to another episode of OilTown here in City Skylines. We're still losing fabulous amounts of money, but today we're going to turn the tides. We are finally going to make profit. I can promise you that much right now, guys. I can promise you that much. Well, it seems like everyone else is frozen. What's going on right now? No, everyone's good. Everyone's good. Oh, wow. We're actually making profit right now. I haven't done anything, guys. I promise you I haven't changed anything. So I wonder how long that profit lasts. Why am I making profit all of a sudden? I was like losing like 80,000. Oh wow, OilTown Corbis has exported a load. That's crazy. But I expect that to go down again. I think it's because I cleared all the traffic and now all the ships are kind of heading out. I've noticed I got a lot of ships kind of coming into these two ports here. And I've kind of realized why. Not so much come to these ones because the goods by train just disappears. These two actually export. They can get like a ship can park here, create a train drops it off and gets a little bit closer to its industries and commercial to where it needs to go. Now if I did it smart and I hooked up a train line from say this rail connected to that one, but did it one way, so trains can only come out of here and go that way and drop off there, they can't come back. The only reason for it is I don't want to overload these two platforms because they're the two that kind of come from OilTown as well. So that's one way in which I can solve it. There we go. We're now losing money like ridiculous amounts. 54,000. I knew there was something wrong there, guys. I knew there was something wrong. So while I do this then, guys, if you've been enjoying OilTown so far, please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new around here, make sure you subscribe so you're notified when that next video comes out. Now, I'm going to try this and see how that works. Because not only does it help for stuff coming this way, but also stuff coming from OilTown. And then it won't overload this kind of cargo harbour as much because they can get the goods over there. Right, anyway, so I got a few little tricks up my sleeve then. The first one is taking a look at some of the public transport. Oh, wrong button. Because our public transport, can I bring both menus up at once? No, you can't, boy. We're spending 101,000 on transport. And if I go to it, my biggest offenders are air travel, boats, subways as well. Now for some reason we're still not making any money off the subways. No, that's not subways, sorry, that's trains. Subways are here. You damn folio. But forget the trains because we kind of need them. So we can take a look at the planes and the boats. Now we'll start with boats. We have a couple of boating routes that are quite ridiculously large. Let's go to them now. Let's have a quick look. Boats. Here, like for example, this one here has 18 vehicles on. Remember that, okay? So just remember that we are spending, where is it, boats? 28,000, right, on boats. So this ferry line right now, we are going to reduce it dramatically to 6 boats. And you're probably thinking, but Seniac, that's not going to be enough. Don't worry, I got another idea to make some sweet cash money moolah too. So back into it. To the boats. So that one's going to be reduced down to 6. This one here, we're going to reduce it down to 4. Now that one is it going somewhere else? Yeah, it goes over this way, doesn't it? So we got 4 there. So I'm not saying that's going to solve all of our issues and problems, but it's one step closer to reducing our outgoings. So while that's slowly, can I go times 9, or as fast as times 9 will allow me, that then should slowly reduce a little bit. Not amazingly, because you got to remember we got all the cargo ships and stuff like that. What I could do is also reduce the budget. Have I not done it on ships? I did it on trains. Wow, I did it on trains. Right, let's reduce it down to 70%. It will have an effect on cargo ships and all that, but we do have like a ridiculous amount coming in anyway. We can hopefully slow that down a little bit. So that will reduce our bill as well. And let's take a look at air travel as well. Hang on, hold on. Air travel is quite high. I'm doing nighttime as well, like it matters. There we go. Not saying that... I mean, then again, it's only really cargo planes. We don't really have that many coming in, nor do we have that many airplanes in general. But we also have a lot of blimps on that one line as well. So let's go check out these blimps, boys. So air travel, we have 12 blimp vehicles. And we're going to reduce this down to 6 as well. There we go. There we go. So what we've pretty much done is reduced a lot of the ability to transport people from the USA to OilTown. Now, one way we can make more money, or at least try and save a bit of money, is the fact that our train line here makes 0 pennies. And that's because all of our train lines are used by cargo trains. Now, I don't need to add any additional train tracks on top of that. All I got to do is add in 2 stations and a line. You see where I'm going with this? Passenger line, boys. Passenger line. So we've got to figure out a place to put this first. And seeing as we have over here 2 cargo thingamajigs, we don't need 2. We're going to delete this one. And let's really delete the train track to there for a second. And we'll place a train station. Now, we could place one of the hubs down, but I think the hubs might be a little bit too big for this area. Yeah, so we'll just keep it nice and simple. Now, it's not too far from being connected to the public transport system. I've got to move this now because it's in the wrong place. Where can I squeeze? Oh, can I squeeze it in? Oh, no. Okay, we're going to slightly merge it and pretend like it doesn't exist. I might as well delete this line. So it's not too far from the public transport networks anyway. And we'll check those out in just a moment. But let's get a connection just there. And we need to build one in the USA as well. So before I do that then, let's take a look at these connections. So all they're simply got to do is once they get here, they can walk all the way up to what is a bus route and a tram line. I had to think for a second what it was. Yeah, we can see it better there. Tram line there, which they can hop onto that, and they can pretty much go up to their next or their closest subway stop. But it'll give another reason to utilize these lines, thus making them a little bit of money as well. So it's only a short walk. If it gets a little bit too overcrowded and too chaotic, then we'll take a look at adding in something additional, maybe a subway line from over here. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Now that can also bring in passengers from other places, like out of town. Now, you could argue I don't need to add another one in because I could utilize this, but I don't know if that's going to be too far away. Now, I don't think we can get elevated train stations, can we? I mean, we can, but it's kind of like that, but it's not elevated, it's above ground. Now, if I added in that there, but then again, that's hooked up to the subway line, isn't it? Oh, okay, that's perfect. So because it's hooked up to the subway line there, it's a good transfer for everyone over here. So it just creates another way for people to get... I don't have to do much more. So if I create a line there to over here and back, just as simple as that, nothing mental. I've now added a new way to transfer people over to OilTown to the USA. So hopefully, again, it's not going to solve all of our money issues, but if we can start generating a little bit of money here for trains, then the deficit of losing, again, minus 26,000 comes down a little bit. Now, we've reduced the planes and we've reduced the cargo, but we're still losing more money than ever, boys. More money than ever. So where's our big chunk of change going right now? Education. Education plays a big part in the amount of money that we lose. Now, elementary schools, we got them. We kind of need them. High schools, we got them. We kind of need them. University. So apparently we don't have the capacity for a university, even though it's like ridiculously huge. Are we charging people to come here? We're not. So we might have to now start charging tuition fees. We're going to start charging tuition fees because that Oh my god, it's a lot of money we're losing. Right, policies. Right, universal education, we'll get rid of it. So they'll start paying tuition fees. Now, do I get rid of student healthcare? I think I'll keep that for the sake of it. And straight away, I mean, it reduces our attractiveness, so we're going to lose a ranking. So let's add a little bit more bits and bobs in to kind of keep that prestigious rank. But from the get-go, 57,000 revenue generated. That kind of makes a huge dent in the deficit, doesn't it? So let's try and get that, what's it called? What was it called again? I've already forgotten what it was called. Hold on. It's not attractiveness, is it? Oh, yeah, it is attractiveness. Sorry. Okay, right, let's get a couple of these in them. So we'll start with a couple of little statues and whatnot without trying to put in actual buildings. Oh, I'm going to drop 2 there. So where does that put us? Oh, we're very close. We are very close. Ooh, wrong button. So this kind of stuff is a little bit better because the upkeep is generally a little, well, I should say it's generally a little bit lower. It's actually a little bit hot. Well, it depends on what building you're using, really. Right, that puts our attractiveness back over where it should be. Generates us 57,000 to cut down that deficit, boys. So it might go up, it might go down. We'll just kind of see how it rock and rolls. We'll just see how that goes. So now then, we turn the profit. So we put a huge dent into our education right now. Expensive. So 8,000 expenses on the education front. Holy smokes, boys. Holy smokes. That's ridiculous, isn't it? That is ridiculous. But that puts us in the green, which is good. That's real good. So is there anybody waiting over here? Yeah, there's people starting to get over to the train station right now. I see a big bulk of people walking down, so some of them could be on their way to the train station, some not. So it'll be interesting to see how many people are coming over by trams. It'll take a while before the routes get updated and everyone knows it exists and all that kind of jazz, and for trains to start going back and forth. But then, you know, it gives more of a reason than to kind of bulk up this area. But at the same time, it doesn't matter because we've got a subway line connected. It's pretty smooth, mate. Pretty smooth. Right, so not many boats are now coming in. There's still a couple of boats, but not many's coming in for this one. So this might be working to some extent, which is quite exciting. So should I sort the road layout over here? Now I'm going to do some work on OilTown. Come on. Let's do it, boys. Let's do it. Oh, what's going on over here then? So, too few services. What's going on? Oh, wow, there really is. Okay. So, we'll get some big boy buildings in them to supplement these guys, and we'll kind of get it over here. So, we'll squeeze in the big police station because we're now going to add in a load of kind of big boy buildings, as we're now calling them. The fire station. Let's get it on the corner. Now that's not actually on the corner. Well, it is on the corner, but it's overlapping the corner. Get over here, boy. There we go. That's where you should be. Oh my goodness me! Look at the amount of people now walking down. Look at, oh wow! Look at the amount. There's 2 trains waiting already. How many people are on this train? I'm about to say it's 51% full. It's only got 6 people on there. That's got 0 people on there. It can hold 240 people. Now again, it would take some time for peeps to actually get over here. But I feel like we need a more substantial network connection. Okay, so hospital front. Now that will fit in perfect just here. Crematoriums. Oh, we've got all that stuff over there. We don't need to kind of handle with that. So you should now have all the services that you require. But then again, you don't because they need power. So we have a load of commercial. Let's get some residential. Oh, wrong one. Wrong type of residential. Don't build. Right, let's get a load of residential placed down here. Alright. There we go. I'm also fill up all 3, right? So a load of residential there. Do I get some more over here? What are we thinking between this gap? Because we have a lot of commercial stuff now. We'll get more residential in. We'll fill up this whole little section here with residential. Nice. So let that all build up then. It should have water. Yep. And then eventually when it all connects, it will bring them service buildings power, which I think they've already kind of, you know, pretty much stated. Okay, so yeah, we've got enough services now. You're all good. You're all good. So I think we're back in profit then. I think we're officially back in the green. So I don't think we're losing any more money right now. A couple of pizza waiting over here then for the train station, which is good. So, do I set up any more public transport, or do I just allow them to walk down? It's like I don't want to ruin these networks. We have a bus stop over here. I noticed as well there's actual vehicles now in the car parks. I noticed that earlier. None over there. Weak. It's quite fun, isn't it? It is starting to look quite fun. A couple of vehicles here, there, and everywhere. It's nice. I like it. I like it. So I noticed there's a bus route going around. Should I add onto the bus route that there's a stop that stops down here? Let me see what something like that would look like. So we have a stop there, and then we have a stop here. So if I took that to there, would that not work? Oh, there we go. And then going back the opposite way, we put it on the opposite side. No, we put it on the same side. So it stops there twice on both loops as another way to bring people down by adding another bus route in. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. But is it starting to generate us any money for the trains? A little bit. So $600 means it brings down the debt by $600. Even though it kind of increases the expenses slightly because we now have passenger trains on the line. But every little helps. Every little helps. I think we're now in the green, boys. We can be happy about that. We can be happy about that. So let's see then what I can do here with trying to get some more more buildings in and zoning done. So let's try and bring that down. So nice little wiggly line. This will look really cool overlapping. And I think we'll just stick it to all residential. They might not like it solely because they're overlooking the cargo area. But beggars can't be choosers when you're living on a freaking island named OilTown. You have to take what you can get in this world. Take what you can get and run with it. Right, straight over. So a little bit of a windy road, but that's quite nice because you're going to get like a nice little staggered effect on the buildings, which would be pretty cool. Will be pretty cool, man. It's hype, boys. It's freaking hype right now. Right, okay. So these trains are doing perfect. I'm thinking about now extending this little section. So, oh, back to normal. Okay, so we're going to have to extend the road because it's literally one road in and then the same road in is the same road out. So let's try and give it some kind of zhuzhing up. Okay, that will go across there. So just kind of go around in a circle there. We don't really have any roads connecting apart from this one. But I'm going to keep it all kind of industrial. Do I get a... Oh, I can get a road there running parallel to the train track. And fills up all this little gap. That's actually quite cool. I like that. And then using that same road, if I can get right under. Alright, just going to go up to here. Alright, let's just go... It's because we're completely off, aren't we? Can I? No, no, no. Fine, you win. And we'll create our little cut in just there, just to keep it a little bit off the junction for traffic. And then to connect just under there. And we should be able to get one that connects directly there. Which I'll place that down. And let's just see what we can get out of this. So if I created that one there, that one there, so not too many connections to the main road system. Just so we can see them. Pretty much what we get to work with. Just cover up now the rest of the zonable areas with water. And I don't know whether to put... I don't actually know what to put in this area. Because if I add in more industry, it's just going to cause more traffic and stuff. So I'm not 100%. I can only see traffic over there. Right, I'm going to have to get rid of the traffic lights. Right about now. So goodbye, goodbye. Right, they're off there. Turn them off just there, turn them off there. All these little brand new connections I just created. Are they off there? Yeah. Right, we'll roll with that. So a few little kind of indentations, little ways that they can go. Lots of cargo bringing in right now. So it kind of does work for that one. And then we're still getting a bulk of trains coming in for this one. So then whether I integrate the same kind of one-way system onto that. But these are a little bit of a different height system, aren't they? So I don't quite know how this is going to fly. Really. To be honest with you, I don't know if I want to do it. I don't even know if I want to do it like that. But then again, look at it. Right, if I just did it there, which the difference is that one there being there can come from both docks. Whereas adding that one only comes from that one. It looks kind of messed up. Oh, I think it's just a rendering from so far out. I'll just see what happens to it. I'm just trying to reduce the amount of shipping traffic going to these docks. But we'll see what happens anyway. We'll see what happens. Okay, right. So we're constantly still making money. I mean, I haven't been paying attention too much. But I haven't noticed it drop into the red in a while. Okay, there we go. We dropped into the red, but we're not like minus 80,000 like we was before. So I suppose... Oh, minus 20,000. Okay, that's not good. We're still making 58,000. Yeah, we're still making the bank. Ways in which we can make more money is just to perform the usual more zoning. That's bringing 137 passengers. This has got loaded up right now with 178. So a lot of people are now coming over. It's a really easy way to bring more peeps. Oh, that's taking 178 back. Oh, snap. That's a lot of people. That is a lot of people, isn't it? So this station must be like pumping. Yeah, it is pumping out people like you won't believe. So that's got, wow, 104. Yeah, you can just see more waiting on the platform. That's crazy, man. You can see more waiting on this platform as well for the metro. I weren't expect. I mean, I knew it was going to be good, but I weren't expecting that. Obviously, when you compare it to the fact that we've got like these ferry lines, which I thought the ferry lines still would have been buzzing, pumping people out. Where's the not so many people over there, and where's the one over here? Not so many people there. And let me just check the ferry lines, because we've got one here, which there's no one really waiting. I mean, I do suppose they're going to choose that because it's like a quicker route. But you're going to get people over here, though, because it's a little bit out of the way. A little bit of a distance out, isn't it? But look at that right now. So we're still having lows in terms of losing money, but it outweighs the highs that we're now making. We've kind of like flipped it 180. So that's interesting. Okay. So more residents coming in, which is a good sign. It will take a while before that's all fully upgraded to their maximum levels, which will be interesting. That will be very interesting. Right, anyway. How's this area now settled? It's actually settled pretty well. So what's the unemployment like then in terms of... It's only 4%. So, yeah, providing more jobs is probably a good idea. And I do want to add in some more industry. So I think we'll pump a couple of dirty industry areas like that. And then we'll place a load of offices around. There we go, to fill up the rest of it. Because the offices don't contain traffic, do they? That's a little zonable area there, so I'll do some commercial. So that will supplement like jobs for the amount of new residents that we've now brought in. I know the residents are in OilTown, but they're able to travel. Don't argue about that right now. They can travel if they want to travel. So let that area now build up then, which should fill in quite a few gaps, which is pretty nice. I do need to get some more trees down and stuff like that. Let's plant some trees down. So let's up the brush size. We'll kind of get a couple of little baby ones. You know, I'm going to pump down a lot of these areas. Right, there we go. And then I want the darker looking ones, the smaller version first, before we go mental with these big boys. And squeeze these in where we can. I like these, man. They add a level of detail to the area. So if I just pump a load around here, and then when we perform our deforestation, you're going to kind of see how it all disappears. There we go. I can get carried away with this. That's the problem. You can really get carried away with it. There we go. Just make it a little bit more dense. And as it kind of naturally builds up again, then the trees slowly disappear. That's kind of why I overdo it. Like here, because then when we add in all the zoning and stuff like that, they slowly disappear, and what's left is fitted in all the little nooks and crannies. So it's all good, and they kind of act as natural sound barriers in ways as well. So it's not too bad. So over on this side of the USA, I want to do low residential. Now somebody kind of asked, well, kind of threw the question in there, do we kind of need the airport in the USA? Now the only reason they ask it is because if you think of it, forget the fact that they're two different countries. Let's just take what the game thinks, because the game thinks this is still just one city. And we have this airport over here. And with the good connections that we now have, I mean, I can get rid of it and it will thus create me more building space. Let me know what you guys think about that. I don't know, because it still gets used. As you can see, there's a freaking dude coming out, like 180 passengers last week. So it does still get used. I don't know. I don't know about it, man. I don't know. But yeah, more industry in, thus creating more traffic. But we do have a little cargo area. I like how this is now going to filter through buildings. That's going to look really cool. There's a little space in there. Do I get anything in here? Can I place a couple of trees in? Let me go down right down to the middle. There we go. Got a couple of trees in just there. Why not? Why not, boys? Why not? Traffic jams for days with the ships right now. Glorious. But yeah, this has come along. It's come along. So we've turned the corner. We might still be losing money at some points, but in the overall grand scheme of things, we're now making money. I think we can now safely say we're now making money. Just checking these parks right now. They're still making money to some areas. That's actually dropped in income. I wonder why. I wonder why. Once I get more residents over here, then I'll pass through that a lot more easy. But USA is definitely coming together a little bit now, isn't it? It's actually looking really good. We need some new region names as well, some new zoning names, so we'll get that in at some point too. But I think we're going to end it for here. This has actually been a productive one. We've actually turned a corner and started making money again. So that's quite exciting. We've got a couple of expansions down as well, which they're slowly upgrading. Well, actually, no, that's actually still level 1 building. Look at the size difference. That's ridiculous, isn't it? It really is. But we'll keep working anyway. We're slowly getting there. We are slowly getting there. Making chunks of change right now from the university. That's pretty cool, man. I like it. I like it. But anyway, guys, we're going to end it here for today. I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.